Let's talk about guns. Not everyone likes them, but you can't deny their impact. From crude hand cannons to today's high-tech weapons, firearms changed how we fight wars and keep the peace. Think about it. For most of human history, fighting was up close and personal. Swords, spears, bows and arrows, all about hand-to-hand combat. Then came gunpowder. This invention from ancient China changed everything. Suddenly you could inflict damage from a distance. Warfare would never be the same. But it wasn't just about battles. Firearms changed hunting, law enforcement, even personal safety. They became a powerful tool for better or for worse. We're going to take a trip through the history of guns. We'll start at the very beginning and look at how these weapons evolved over time. Get ready for a story packed with innovation, conflict, and a whole lot of gunpowder. Our journey begins in the 13th century. Imagine a world without cars, electricity, or even decent plumbing. That's when the first firearms appeared, hand cannons. These weren't the sleek pistols we know today. Early hand cannons were basically small cannons on a stick. They were clunky, unreliable, and took forever to reload. But they packed a punch. Gunpowder was poured into the barrel, followed by a projectile, often a lead ball. A lit match was then touched to a touch hole, igniting the powder and sending the projectile flying. Accuracy? Forget about it. These early guns were about as accurate as a drunken archer, but they were scary, loud, smoky, and capable of inflicting serious damage. It wasn't long before armies started using them, mostly to scare the enemy. By the 15th century, we see the matchlock. This was a big step up. The matchlock used a burning, slow match to ignite the gunpowder. It was more reliable than the hand cannon and could be fired with one hand. This innovation led to muskets, which became the standard firearm for centuries. Armies could now equip more soldiers with guns, changing the face of warfare. Battles became more deadly, with larger numbers of casualties. Fast forward to the 17th century. The matchlock, while an improvement, still had its problems. Keeping a lit match burning on the battlefield was dangerous and impractical. It was time for an upgrade, the flintlock. The flintlock used a piece of flint striking steel to create a spark. This ignited the gunpowder, firing the weapon. It was a much more reliable system than the matchlock. The flintlock musket became the weapon of choice for armies around the world. It was faster to reload, more reliable, and could be used in all kinds of weather. Think about famous battles like the American Revolutionary War. Those iconic muskets, mostly flintlocks. This era was all about lining up soldiers and firing volleys. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. With the flintlock, warfare became more tactical. Armies deployed lines of musketeers, delivering devastating volleys of fire. The flintlock musket remained the dominant firearm for over 200 years. It shaped empires, fueled revolutions, and left an undeniable mark on history. Section 4. Faster firepower, revolvers and repeaters. The 19th century brought a wave of innovation in firearms technology. This was the era of the Wild West, the Industrial Revolution, and a growing demand for faster, more reliable weapons. Enter the revolver and the repeating rifle. Revolvers, with their rotating cylinders holding multiple rounds, were a game changer. Suddenly you could fire multiple shots without reloading after each one. Lawmen, outlaws, and everyone in between embraced the revolver's quick-fire capabilities. The Colt Peacemaker became an iconic symbol of the American West. Meanwhile, repeating rifles were making their mark on the battlefield. These rifles used a lever action or other mechanisms to chamber a fresh round after each shot. This allowed soldiers to fire much faster than with traditional muskets. The American Civil War saw the widespread use of repeating rifles, like the Spencer and Henry rifles. These advancements in firepower led to a dramatic increase in casualties during conflicts. It became clear that the nature of warfare had changed forever. Section 5. Modern warfare. From bolt action to automatic, the 20th century saw the deadliest conflicts in human history. World Wars I and II ushered in a new era of warfare, and with it, even more advanced firearms. The bolt-action rifle, a reliable and accurate weapon, became the standard issue for many armies. The Mauser Gewehr 98 and the Springfield 1903 are prime examples of this type of rifle. These rifles were deadly accurate at long range. But the biggest development of this era was the machine gun. This automatic weapon could fire hundreds of rounds per minute, mowing down enemy troops. The Maxim gun, invented in the late 19th century, was a precursor to the devastating machine guns used in World War I, such as the Vickers and the Browning. The invention of the assault rifle in World War II, like the German STG-44, further changed the game. These rifles offered a balance of firepower and portability. They could fire automatically or semi-automatically, making them versatile weapons for close-quarters combat and ranged engagements. These advancements in firearms technology led to unprecedented casualties and forever changed the face of warfare. Section 6. Smart guns and big debates. Firearms today. So where are we now? Firearms technology continues to evolve at a rapid pace. We've got high-powered rifles with advanced optics, pistols made from lightweight polymers, and even smart guns that use fingerprint technology for authorized use. But with these advancements come new challenges. Debates about gun control and gun violence are more heated than ever. Some argue for stricter regulations, while others fiercely defend their Second Amendment rights. The issue of gun violence is a complex one with no easy answers. It's a conversation that demands our attention and thoughtful consideration from all sides. Section 7. The future of firearms. What's next? Predicting the future is a tricky business, but one thing's for sure, firearms technology will continue to advance. We might see things like caseless ammunition, directed energy weapons, or even completely new concepts we haven't even imagined yet. But the future of firearms isn't just about technology, it's about how we use it, how we regulate it, and how we ensure that these powerful tools are used responsibly. It's a conversation we need to have, a conversation about safety, responsibility, and the role of firearms in our society.